I think we may have some vision of it. Maybe you can walk me through a little bit of what we're seeing here.
Well, we have a lot of fun.
That's you in the yellow, second row. Coco Gauff in the front right.
Oh, in the front. We love to dance. Oh gosh, are they going to show the end?
I hope so. We can stop it whenever you want. You call it.
Coco Gauff has officially received the WTA Player of the Year title. And who isn't giddy with anticipation? Sabalenka, who was on the verge of capturing the title at the WTA Finals, quickly lost. The honor went to Coco. The fact that Coco wasn't celebrating alone, however, is much more fascinating. She was joined by the well-known Serena Williams. The way the two of them danced to the music astounded everyone. It was clear that they were having a great time. To be honest, every step and laugh just served to exacerbate Sabalenka's injuries. But before we go any farther into that amazing event, remember to click the subscribe button if you're a fan of Serena Williams or Coco Gauff. Asalytics gives you the most recent insights into the lives of these famous people.
No, I want to see it. Oh
And I believe we might have a glimpse of it. Perhaps you could give me a brief overview of what we're witnessing. We have a great time, you know. You're in the second row in yellow. In the front right corner is Coco Gauff. At the front. We adore dancing. Well, oh my God. Will they present the conclusion? I'm hoping so. Anytime you wish, we can put an end to it. You make a call. You know, you got after Coco was honored on the court during an exhibition match. Serena Williams came to witness and celebrate the incredible achievement of another Black American woman making history. Something truly remarkable. When Coco was asked on the court to share her feelings on her victory, Serena lavished her with accolades. Everyone in the audience laughed and had a good time as the interviewer played a video of Serena dancing with Coco. It was a joyful performance that aptly captured the spirit of the occasion. However, Sabalenka was likely not enjoying the environment as much, particularly after losing in the WTA Finals and missing out on WTA Player of the Year. But Aryna Sabalenka couldn't stop crying after losing to Elena Rybakina in the WTA Finals. Sabalenka was confident going into the competition and believed she would prevail. Rybakina, however, had different thoughts. She gave Sabalenka little chance to recover after controlling the first two sets. Sabalenka lost emotional control and began to cry, as was to be expected. This moving scene captured the attention of everyone in attendance. But was there something more going on, or were their tears just a result of the loss? Actually, there was more to it than just the game. She failed to win the WTA Player of the Year award. After the game, Aryna Sabalenka expressed her emotions through the microphone. She tried to brush it off as a sign of her growing sensitivity as she grew older, but she was crying uncontrollably. However, it was clear that it went beyond just being more perceptive. Given how the WTA Finals transpired, it seemed to be more of a call for attention, which is no longer effective. Everyone realized the truth about Sabalenka. She is not the calm, collected figure she usually portrays to the public. Instead, she is experiencing jealousy over the accomplishments of others. This annoyance has affected her relationships and occasionally even led to conflict within her own team. Nonetheless, Coco Gauff is relishing the support and company of her friendship with Serena Williams. Serena has continuously encouraged Coco and even trained with her on several occasions over her career, which has been extremely beneficial to her development. Serena has always been a supporter of golf, even during Coco's US Open match versus Sabalenka. When asked about Coco's playing style during the match, Serena vehemently denied that she had any shortcomings, particularly on her forehand. Serena boldly stated that she has always had to accept and trust Coco's unique approach, and Coco has done just that.
She has a good serve. I think that it can obviously be better, but I feel like she's so young. Oh my goodness, she has the rest of her career to just improve. I wouldn't change anything on her forehand. I've seen a lot of interesting forehands, and listen, I think if you're just confident in whatever you have, keep it up and just be calm.
Coco Gauff declared Serena Williams to be her GOAT and grinned broadly as she said her name. She said she was pleased to see an American have such a big influence on tennis once more. Coco's achievement is impressive because she is the youngest player, after Serena Williams, to win both the WTA Player of the Year title and a Grand Slam. This is what occurs when someone honors and respects the legacy of a legend. Gauff's rise is both a celebration of her own accomplishments and a tribute to the legacy of Serena Williams, who paved the way. Deeds are just as much a sign of greatness as words. Furthermore, whereas Coco Gauff honored her inspirations and gaming icons, Sabalenka employed a novel approach. During her fight with Gauff, Sabalenka became more aggressive, shouting loudly and trying to scare her opponent. The situation reached a breaking point when her coach Anton Drov confronted her on the court and questioned her actions. Instead of responding politely, Sabalenka snapped at him. Tension rose as Drv, obviously agitated, stood up from his seat to voice his disdain in the middle of the game. At this stage, critics highlighted the distinctions between Sabalenka and Gauff. Sabalenka's actions showed a more aggressive mindset, but Coco was praised for her polite demeanor.
But I don't know where he is. But yeah, I went a bit too much. I was so frustrated inside of me, and I was just like trying to let it go. Probably I went too far. Not probably I went too far. And then honestly, I think it was the right move from him to probably like just let me be on my own. And I don't want to say the way I wanted to say, but he really upset me, and I was really really stressed and angry on him.
I went a little too far. I was trying to let it go because I was so internally frustrated. I most likely went too far. I probably didn't go far enough. I'm not sure, but I think it was the proper thing for him to simply leave me alone. I don't want to say it the way I wanted to, but he really upset me, and I was stressed out and angry with him. Sabalenka has displayed similar behavior in the past. She had previously behaved similarly toward her former coach, Gavin McMillan. After an angry outburst, McMillan ended their collaboration by leaving her in a professional manner. In a deliberate move, Coco Gauff added McMillan to her team shortly after. This ruling was rendered following his dismissal by Sabalenka as a result of their altercation during a game. Since Gauff demonstrated that she could make honorable, thoughtful career decisions, something Sabalenka found challenging, her move was seen as wise. The motivations behind Serena's criticism of Sabalenka are now clear. She is aware of Sabalenka's disgusting actions on and off the court.
Partnership, but I'm just looking at long term, and I know Gavin has had experience with this before, so hoping that I can just take on his knowledge and see what can happen.
In the tennis field, deeds speak louder than words, as Sabalenka's actions over the years have shown. She has drawn a lot of criticism for her tendency to lose her temper and bully other players, despite her obvious talent. Sabalenka has taken decisions that show she is unable to regulate her feelings and actions. Despite her skills, she is becoming more and more alone in terms of respect from her peers and any recognition she may have had as a result of her confrontations with coaches and her unsportsmanlike actions during games. In contrast, Coco Gauff has implemented a fresh approach that is founded on diligence, professionalism, and decency. She has consistently expressed her admiration for the giants of the game, especially Serena Williams, who has shaped her career. After seeing the maturity and grace that Gauff demonstrates, Serena has entirely shifted her support to the young American, joyfully celebrating her successes. Serena is the greatest golfer because of her character as well as her abilities. It's clear that Serena's passion for golf goes beyond her achievements on the court. It has to do with the distinction she makes via her actions. However, Sabalenka, whose actions have often been marked by irritation and emotional outbursts, is currently sobbing alone in the corner. Her inability to manage her emotions has cost her the respect and friendship that may have furthered her career, in addition to costing her the WTA Player of the Year title. It's true that Sabalenka's actions have ultimately led to her isolation. Coco Gauff is still growing as a result of Serena's encouragement and respect for her professionalism, proving that greatness is founded on more than just aptitude. It is shaped by the respect you give and get. What are your thoughts on the whole situation? Do you believe Sabalenka's actions on and off the court have impacted her career and reputation? Or is it just a part of her competitive nature? What do you think about Coco's approach to golf, her love of the game, the role models who supported her, and Serena Williams. Do you think an athlete's behavior and sportsmanship have an impact on their legacy in the sport? We would be happy to hear what you think. After you submit your comments below, let's have a conversation. As we near the conclusion of this amazing journey through emotions, triumphs, setbacks, mentorship, pressure, legacy, and the changing face of contemporary tennis, it is more evident than ever that Coco Gauff's ascent is not only a tale of unadulterated talent and youthful energy but also a potent illustration of how discipline, humility, respect for the legends, and the capacity to remain grounded even during times of immense celebration can push an athlete far beyond the bounds of typical success. Serena Williams, on the other hand, becomes a reminder that excellence is multiplied when legends boost rather than overshadow the next generation by standing by her side like a guiding force, encouraging her, dancing with her, and genuinely celebrating her accomplishments. Conversely, the emotional path of Aryna Sabalenka. The heartache of witnessing the Player of the Year award elude her, the tears following her difficult defeat in the WTA finals. A deeper, more human picture of what it means to strive for greatness in a world that never stops watching is painted by the obvious irritation she experiences during games, the arguments she has with her coaches, and the internal struggles she has while attempting to strike a balance between enthusiasm and professionalism. It demonstrates that although skill can propel you to the top, your actions, mindset, and emotional regulation determine how long you remain there. The kind of long-term brilliance that motivates fans worldwide is reflected in Coco's development, her bond with Serena, her reverence for the game's past, and the composed confidence she brings to every game. Even while Sabalenka's trials are painful, they serve as a reminder that every player's journey is unique. And often the most profound aspects of a person's character are shown at their most trying circumstances. Now that this intense chapter of rivalry, mentoring, heartache, and victory is coming to an end, the true issue is, where will the future go? Will Sabalenka rise once more with improved emotional regulation and a fresh sense of purpose? At such a young age, will Coco maintain her amazing momentum and leave an even greater legacy? And how much will these two exceptional athletes' careers be shaped in the future by their demeanor, sportsmanship, and personal development? With each match, victory, tear, and celebration, the world of tennis is undoubtedly shifting, developing, and growing more captivating. As we wrap up today's film, we encourage you to contribute your ideas, predictions, and emotions regarding all that transpired since your participation, voice, and viewpoint keep this community alive. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and enable notifications so you never miss an update from Asalytics if you liked this in-depth look and want to remain up to date on every significant story, poignant moment, and new chapter in the world of tennis and beyond. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate your participation in this trip. And until we cross paths again in the upcoming film, continue to be motivated, curious, and prepared for more amazing tales influencing the sports industry.